What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Brendan, aka Drip from Team-DDD, back with another video. In today's video, I have a very good budget deck for you guys that you can play if you just want to have fun, or you're tired in the meta, or you just want something else to play, something else to pick up because it's cheap and it's really fun, or you just want to relive old memories or whatever. But I actually really enjoy this deck. I've been playing it online for like years, like off and on, but I never really trusted myself and had confidence in myself to play IRL, because it can be like you have to really know the ins and outs to really get it. It's not really a hard deck to learn, but there's certain little niche interactions that you have to know in order to really take full advantage of the deck and to utilize its weaknesses in the form of like follow up and stuff like that. So you have to really know the deck in and out to be able to maximize its potential slash proper routes to do to make sure its weakness doesn't like kill you, basically. And that is Mekk-knights, just pure Mekk-knights, nothing else. Strictly going second. We do play the pseudo FTK in the side deck. I just didn't want to main it because obviously Mekk-knights like to go second. So I didn't want to draw the bricks. I just rather have hand traps, because the whole like functionality of this deck is to hand trap your opponent to death, slow them down, and then special blue or purple and go off. And then completely simplify the game state and then lock them with secrets. And then just keep doing Mekk-knight stuff. And then when they force you to go first, you FTK them or Ibly lock them. Basically the whole functionality of the deck. Also, if you guys see, if you can tell, I'm in a different location. I moved my I guess you could say office around, so I'm in a different place. So I'm sorry if the lighting's a little awkward, or if the control arm thing that told my phone or whatever, my camera, that is a little shaky. I apologize. So just bear with me on that. I'm going to be in this spot for a while, so I'm sorry if it bothers you. But other than that, please, before we get any further in this video, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you haven't already. Check the description for all the ways to support me, my Patreon, my Discord, my TCG affiliate link, and all my other stuff is down there as well. So I really thank you guys so much for checking it out and doing all that you do. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get in this video. I'm going to be doing this in like engines. But to start it out with the Mekk-knights, 3 Girsu. I know like it's kind of awkward if you're not playing a going first build to play 3 of this in the main. I just mainly always wanted to have a normal summon, and at worst case, he still sets up your he can set up your columns going first, because I know like a lot of people who play strictly the going second build like I am, they mainly only play they play 1 of him. I understand, but I've been liking 3. 3 the Girsu, 3 purple. A lot of this is standard. I like 3 blue, 1 red, 1 yellow, 1 shifty. Time to get shifty. Shout outs to Rick and Morty. I still run the brick, the garnet, chalice. A lot of people have switched either to crown or hand. I play hand in the side because you need it for the FTK, pseudo FTK or whatever. But I like this for the follow-up. Having access to this and the follow-up really helps minimize the maximize rather the longevity of this deck and what it can do. So I really like Chalice. It gives Girsu another target anyways, because after turn 1, running 3 Girsus with only 1 target is kind of awkward. So like having a second target's really nice. And then I'm on 3 memory. I know a lot of people cut this down to 2. I just really like 3. You want to always maximize consistency, and this gets access to purple, which gets access to the rest of these. And purple is the main functionality of like your like staying in the game. I'm going to try to explain a lot of these cards as if like some of you don't know what these cards do. So obviously I know majority of you who watch this probably know what these cards do, but I'm still going to like explain my reasonings on stuff and explain the cards as if you're new to the deck. So yeah. Moving on to the rest, I got 2 Succession, and 1 secret. Shouts to my boy and teammate Tanner for the Italian. It's really gorgeous. Appreciate it. I think 2 Succession is mandatory. 3 I think is bricky, and 1 is just not enough because, like I mentioned, the number 1 problem with this deck has is like its long-term plays and what it can do. The deck likes to play chess, and if you find a deck that can play chess with you, you kind of struggle from time to time because this deck likes to play against decks that don't know how to play chess. So you need to be able to grind. But that's it for the engine. I really kind of wish I would have been able to play green or orange. Ability to add back to the hand or whatever. And its level being able to pair well with something I'm running in the extra deck. Which you'll see that in a bit. Pairs really well and makes it more consistent to make the card in the extra deck. But I don't own a green or an orange. You can run either or if you wanted to. This is a 40 card list. You can run 41 if you want to just run one of the two. Both of either of their effects are really nice, so it doesn't really matter. On to the hand traps. This is a big portion of the deck. 15 of them. We got 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Veiler, 3 Imperm, 3 Ogre, and then the pseudo Mekk-knight slash consistency card, that's a random card, is the Psychic Processor. I'm not running 2, I'm only running 1. Yes, if you own the Mulch Armies, which I own Fawalos, you can run it. It's obviously you're going second, it's kind of free, why not? But I'm not running it because a couple of reasons. One, because the time of filming this video is literally the day before YCS Orlando, and I let my teammates went to Orlando, I didn't, and they needed a Fawalos, so I loaned out my Fawaloses to them. And because I was already making this a budget deck, so I just wanted to keep it budget for everybody, just in case somebody wanted a fun budget deck, really budget deck. So I was like, hey, why not? I'll just fully buy in and make everything budget, so why not? But this is it for the non-engine. Like I said, obviously there's like more expensive hand traps that you can pair this with, but these still cover everything in the meta. Ash, I think, is mid. It doesn't trade 1-for-1 as well as the rest of these do, but it's still generic and hits everything. But that's it for the non-engine. 15. For the spells, 3 E-Telly. E-Telly is really busted because if they stop you on your Gearsu, you can just go E-Telly and summon an ogre, or you can summon an ogre on your opponent's turn, because a lot of people still forget. Like, I had one of my opponents last night forget that ogre contribute itself from field. So like if you're playing against Ryziel, you can go E-Telly, summon this, and if they go Duo Drive to re-equip, you could just tribute this off or whatever and kill their Duo Drive. It's really cool. It also summons this out too. If you don't know what this card does, this card allows you to banish itself for cost to be able to special up to 2 machine and or psychic monsters from your hand. So it gives you your monsters on board. So you can summon literally any of your World Legacies or your World Chalice or your Mekk-knights. Mainly purple, because purple is the only one's going to really actually get anything out of it. And then it can add itself back. So it's really cool. Really, really good card. It can add itself back during the standby phase of the next turn it was banished. So when your opponent's turn, it will add itself back. So E-Telly becomes an extender. It becomes an interruption, and it's like an extra non-engine, but it's engine at the same time. So, like, even though we're running 15 hand traps, it makes it seem like we're running 18, because this gets us instant access to our ogre if we need it, which is really cool. Shout outs to the old ulti, the OG ulti. And then the last 2 cards in the deck are Called By and Prosperity. Prosperity is just free. It digs for whatever I need. Called By is Called By. But yeah, that's it. swing 40. I'm going to show the side deck before I show the extra deck so you understand a little bit on my extra deck a little bit more. Side deck, I did 3 Ibly for when we're going first. Like I said, a lot of people know Mekk-knights like to go second, so they'll just make you go first. And when they do, you punish them. Draw on Lockbird because Mitsurugi is a deck, and it's not bad if you're playing against Yugioh and they start with Bonfire, because then you just cut them off from their duo drive and everything else. So like, it's just free. And it's really good into rogue decks too. So Droll is Droll. Lava Golem is really good right now. You don't really need a normal summon. You run 4 normal summons, not counting this in the main. So like, you don't really need it, and it can also help set up your columns. So it's really nice. I really like Lava Golem, definitely against Yugioh. Because if you, like, another thing too, because if they go, if they have Field Spell up, you can just drop this on their head, and then they don't have nothing to negate your monster effect. So it's really cool. Because like, you can go special purple, and then if they hold the detonator, then you just drop this, because like they're not, if you just have purple on board, I highly doubt they're going to trigger, like they're going to just immediately shotgun the detonator, because you could just chain purple to negate, or they're going to go neg1, neg2 really, because they're going to be forced to use a material from detonator and then detach another material from it to be able to negate the purple with the field spell, just to negate it. So like, in the sense, like, they're not just going to do that. So you can special purple and then tribute over their stuff. Or if you're just scared overall and you have a bad hand, then just tribute over their stuff before summoning purple. It just depends on your hand. Moving on, 3 D barrier, because it's really good into rogue and it's just really good into Yugioh. But D barrier is really good and also helps you going first to set up your columns. But D barrier is just really good for obvious reasons, and it helps set up columns. When you're setting up your columns, you mainly want to set up, like, when you have spells and traps, you always want to set them under the extra monster zones, since most of your cards are links. So you always have columns set up, basically. So remember that. If you're new to Mekk-knights and you're trying to set up your own columns, always try to set your spells and traps in the columns with the extra monster zones, underneath the extra monster zones. 3D barrier, and then the last 3 cards on the side are the 3 mandatory cards you need for the FTK. Key, Scars, and Armor. Just to be able to keep link climbing and spamming, and then Scars is obviously the searchable one of that you need to be able to do the FTK. But that's it for the side deck. Nothing I'd really change for the side deck for the current state of the format. Yeah, I know Malice is a deck and stuff like that, but like, I'm not going to side Lancia just for Malice. Onto the extra deck links. That's pretty much all the deck is. Secure Gardener for Lib. It's really nice, and you take no battle damage with it too. The only issue with this card is it can't be linked away, which really sucks. So you got to pretty much just wait on your opponent to attack into it. But yeah. 1 Link Spider. I never summon this card. The only reason it's in there is if you're not Mekk-knight locked and they nib you, you can link the token off into this, and if you have another extender like E-Telly or something, you can E-Telly and then link that and this into SP. That's the only reason this is really here, because outside of like maybe for the Gearsu token, but even then you can still go right into Morningstar. And 1 Almirage for the Ibly. 1 Barricade Board Blocker. The reason why I run this is because shout outs to the homie from Team Wise guys. I'm going to give him where the credit's due. He's like one of the best, if not the best Mekk-knight player I've ever seen. He came up with this, and I saw it from his video. I normally don't watch other people's videos, but when I do, I like to try to give credit where credit is due. That's just me. That's who I am. That's what I do. I like to try to do things my own way. But when I do watch and get stuff from other people, I like to give them credit. And I really like to give him credit because he has been playing the deck for years and he knows what he's doing. But this is mainly to be able to add back key, to be able to get follow-up after you go the FTK route. If you go the FTK route, then you need this to be able to get your purple back or whatever you need to be able to keep going. So it's really nice. It's not bad to have. I like it. I like the blocker. And then the SP Little Knight. SP's SP. Nothing needs to be said. And then 3 of the best card in your entire extra deck. 3 lib. Shout outs to the homie on eBay who sold me a Italian print. Gorgeous. I love this card. This card is absolutely disgusting. She's better than Morningstar in my opinion after turn 1. I only run 2 Morningstar. I've seen a lot of people swapping the ratios on this, running 3 and 2. I find that very incorrect. You need 2 Morningstar. You don't need 3 because post turn 1 the discard kind of is rough. So like that's where lib is better, because after turn 1 you're going to obviously have World Legacies in graveyard or whatever, so lib is just better, and it plays around Ash. So like, because like it just sets it directly to the field, is where this just adds it. And plays harder into draw, which this deck already does play into draw regardless. So like all you really need to do is get one of these established anyway, so you can have his lingering effect or whatever, his protection effect, and then after that you're just going to keep summoning libs. So like that's why lib is just better, because it just spot removals, it sets, it plays around Ash, and it doesn't make you discard. So people playing 3 Morningstar, I don't get it. I don't think it's necessary. And then one of my favorite Mekk-knights, he is my favorite Mekk-knight in the entire extra deck. I just loved his artwork. His artwork is single-handedly one of the reasons between him and Morningstar and Purple is what got me into actually wanting to play this deck all the many years ago. This card is busted. It wins games. People still, after all these years, don't know what he does. Like his secondary effect I can understand, but like his main effect where he can attack directly, even if you control monsters, if he's the only one in this column, is hilarious, because you just use Shifty Boy and just move him anywhere and then just attack for game. It's pretty cool. And then one problematic boy. I apologize for only having a super rare. Don't kill me, Mekk-knight enthusiasts. I'm sorry. Don't kill me. This card it's 2025 and this card is still a problem, bro. It's still a problem, because like I was playing against this guy online and he kept trying to attack over it with Chaos Angel and not understanding that this doesn't affect the card. It just gains the attack, and he couldn't out it. He couldn't out it. It was hilarious. Avermax is nasty with it. And then I run 1 Goddess because of Chaos Angel. If they make it with light and dark, it's hard for this deck to out it. Unless we have like an Imperm or something, and I don't want to bank on that. On top of that, I'm absolutely terrified of the cat deck. I hate cats. So I just wanted something to handle that deck. And this card is just not that bad of a card to have anyways, because it negates graveyard effects, so it's decent against like Fiendsmith and stuff like that. So I really like this card and what it provides. That's it for the links. I'm not running access code. I just never found myself running, being able to make it or needing it, because I feel like the big bodies are more than enough to like seal you the game. And we don't run, all of our stuff's light, so it's kind of like the same scenario when you're running access code talker in like Orchest. It just makes no sense because all your stuff is the same attribute. Oh, excuse me. Then I'm running the Chaos Angel. This is the reason why I said I would like to run 1 green or 1 orange, because it's a 6 and it makes your Gearsus better, because he's a dark and they're light, so you can make a light and dark Chaos Angel, which you could still make a light and dark Chaos Angel. You just need Psychic Processor and either red or yellow. But you could, otherwise you're going to just be making a light Chaos Angel with light. But yeah, this is the main reason why, because like this is our boss monster if we're struggling to get to Avermax because we got hand trapped to death or something. It's really easy to make this. Definitely with all of our extenders and stuff in the deck, but this is the main reason why like I said, I want to run yellow, I mean not yellow, but green, one green or one orange. And the last card in the extra is Typhon because it's too mandatory. Absolutely too mandatory. Stops detonator, stops a lot of stuff. It's just free spot removal, free body, free floodgate. It's nasty. That's actually it for the entire deck, guys. I really like this deck. I hope you enjoy it. If you are looking for a budgetary option to run, just to run something new or catch your locals off guard or maybe your regionals off guard or whatever, I really think Mekk-knight is the way to go. It's really nice. It's really good. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be on the lookout for future content. And again, check the description for all the way support me, my Discord and everything and down there as well. And I love you guys so much. If you've made it this far, it's your boy Brendan, aka Drip from Team-DDD. Signing out till next time. Peace. Good dueling, my guys. I love you.